In cricket, there's a saying that you always start with zero. You are as good as today. Virat Kohli might have scored a century in the previous match. कल क्या हुआ उससे फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. आज क्या होगा उससे फर्क पड़ता है. So you forget about what has already happened. So for example, if I am talking to my expert and suddenly my producer tells me that Surbhi, we need to take a break, he will give me a hard count. He will tell me 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. And when he stops at 1, I have to stop at 1.
Which sport, cricket or kabaddi?
Oh, wow. You've put me in a tough spot over there. When I went to Brabant Stadium with my friends to watch a match, in that stadium I was sitting and I was thinking कि सुरभि एक दिन कुछ ऐसा करना है कि इस स्टेडियम में तू स्टैंड्स में ना बैठी हो और ग्राउंड पे खड़ी हो और कुछ कर रही हो. एंड द फर्स्ट एवर शो दैट आई डिड वाज इन दैट वेरी स्टेडियम.
Oh my God.
Which I didn't realize when I did that. I didn't manifest anything because I think back then I didn't even know the meaning
Exactly.
of manifest.
That's so beautifully said, because that's what we always say in law of attraction or manifestation, that you don't have to really do it.
Yeah, it's recommended to have a goldfish memory.
Oh.
So a goldfish memory is she would forget everything that's happened.
Don't you think that it's a beautiful way of living also life?
Yeah,
कि,
it is.
Just karo aur bhool jao.
And don't forget the bad, forget the good also.
What kind of words or what kind of advice you would like to give? Today's Surbhi to that 10, 12-year-old girl.
Every small से लेके बड़ा tournament I have done, everything that I've done, every single event, I feel everything is very close to my heart. Everything feels like an achievement because when you're living your dream, you're living your dream.
Do you think you can create dream life by not always knowing what you want, but having a clear clarity of what you don't want in your life? That's exactly why today's podcast is very special, because we have with us a sports presenter who has created a beautiful dream life, a glamorous life for millions and millions of people who are watching her, simply by focusing on what she doesn't want in her life. I really, really hope today's podcast gives you a beautiful perspective towards life. If you are someone who is confused right now, gives you a perfect clarity as to how to manifest that life without truly manifesting it. I hope you enjoy the conversation with Surbhi Ved on Amrita Kunal Show. Hey Surbhi, thank you so very much for taking out time from your super busy schedule and gracing this couch. Today, I am super excited, and I'm sure everyone watching you is super excited to know how a shy girl who always felt that I won't be able to open up in front of people is now going out and making it big in this glamorous world. So we want to know everything that you have probably never shared with the world. Are you ready?
I am ready. I'm super excited. Thank you for having me here, and thank you for this really nice introduction. I've heard so much about you from Neeraj, and I'm super excited.
Thank you so much, dear. So here we go with our first question. Before you, entered this world of, as a sports anchor, how would you define Surbhi in one word?
Shy.
Okay. And what was your life, if you want to just share that journey since childhood till the time you entered and you realized that, okay, I cannot be who I am or who I was. What was that journey like, if you can share?
As a kid, I don't really think that I had any ambition as such. Like, I didn't have any dream. I used to just go to the school, didn't have a lot of friends, used to come back, didn't even want to go to the school, though I never cried while going to the school. My brother used to. I used to go happily, but I really didn't have friends. I didn't enjoy studying as such, though I got good marks. So really didn't have any dream per se, but while growing up, I realized that the only thing I like is watching cricket. Yeah. And apart from that is talking. Like I was shy. I'm not shy anymore. I was shy, but at home I used to talk a lot.
Okay, selective shy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
the people I know, I'm comfortable around them. But if you ask me to make new friends, if you ask me to go and talk to a stranger, now I can do that.
Okay.
But back then, that wasn't my cup of tea.
Okay.
So I still remember my mom used to call me Dadi Ma, chup ho ja, kitna bolti hai. So
Okay, so you have those two personalities. Even since childhood, you had these personalities where one world knew you as a shy person and family knew you as a completely different person, a chatterbox.
yeah. More than shy, maybe reserved, maybe not willing
Not very
to open
confident to talk,
not
yeah.
confident, not willing to open up in front of others. Yeah.
Okay. And did you ever feel that you had those, qualities or capabilities to become a sports anchor and create this beautiful career? Did you ever feel that way?
Honestly, no.
No.
Nah. I always thought that, okay, what do you want to become? What do you want to do with your life? And I always, like, the answer always used to be, I don't want to do anything ordinary. I want to do something extraordinary. I want
And
to do
what was
something.
that extraordinary for you?
This
Okay.
was extraordinary
So,
for
do
me.
you think that you had ever defined that, or it just happened? Like, how did you enter this particular profession?
No, I don't think I had a defined answer back then. Like every time I used to ask myself, like growing up, everybody asks, no, क्या करना है जिंदगी में, क्या बनना है. I remember initially it was becoming an air hostess. Then it was becoming a doctor. Then because my brother ended up taking science, I also wanted to take science. But then I realized, no, that's like studying a lot. And then biology and all those things. It was just not me. So I ended up taking commerce without knowing what to do. Thought of maybe CA, CS, because everyone does that.
Yeah, very true.
So, but I was like, why do I want to do something that everyone already is doing?
So you always wanted something different.
Different,
Wow.
yeah.
Extraordinary for you at that time was doing something that not everyone is doing.
Exactly. So for me, it was like, extraordinary for me was something which is not ordinary. Something which, like, if I can see a doctor around me, if I can, doctor by no mean is an ordinary thing.
Yeah,
it's
but
an extraordinary.
like, you see
Everything is
many people doing
extraordinary.
it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't get to see a sports anchor that, like that easily, effortlessly in my life. It's like once in a while. Like, when I heard about you, I was like, wow, she's doing this. So you somewhere wanted this wow for yourself. Do you feel so that I'm doing something amazing? That was the feeling.
For me, it was more than amazing. It was just, doing something which nobody else is. For example, if a friend of mine is an insurance broker, a friend of mine maybe interior designer, I would like, nay. I want to do something different, something which not everyone ends up doing.
Basically, when somebody is doing something, that becomes no for Surbhi, is what you are like, you have thought, which is not at all wrong, of course, which is an amazing, amazing thing. But that's what I think I'm realizing made you, unconscious, I mean, at subconscious level manifest. Do you feel so now when you look back that I always wanted to do something different and this is what different looks like? This is like living a dream life.
It is honestly living a dream life. It does feel like that because as a, I would still call myself a kid. When I realized this dream of mine, I was still a kid when I did. So
what is that dream of mine? What exactly is this?
To be the best sports presenter. And I am like, it's just the beginning of the dream. I'm nowhere close to being the best. And like every day is a work in progress. Every time I go in front of the camera, every time I sit in and talk with anybody, it is a work in progress. Something I'm learning, something I'm doing differently, something which is an experience for me as well. So, yeah.
Wow. So, Surbhi, we all want to know because I'm sure everybody wants to be in this kind of glamorous profession. So, I just want to know, of course, I will come to that particular question later, but I want to know right now how exactly you always wanted to be a sports anchor, sports presenter, but how exactly you landed this first, job of your life?
And this isn't the first job that I've ever done.
Okay.
I have done a lot of other jobs as well. For example, the first job I would have done was of an accountant. And I hated accounts. I literally hated accounts. And I'm so grateful and thankful that I never even tried for, appearing for a CA exam or a
because
CS
this was
exam.
not meant for
Not meant for me.
So even after talking after so many for a few minutes, what I'm realizing is, though you did not exactly know what you want to do, but you were very clear what you didn't want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
actually,
also
everything, I'll tell you a funny story. So I think I was in 10th standard or 9th standard when I wanted to become a doctor. Okay. And I was like, no, I'll do everything in my power to become a doctor. I am anyway good at studies. I'll end up becoming a doctor. This was my dream back then. And I was like dead serious about it. And then my brother met with an accident and we went to this small clinic where the doctor had to, I think there were cuts. So she had to stitch my brother up. And she didn't have someone to help her. So she asked me to hold the thread. And that is when I realized this is not for me, because 5 minutes in there and I felt like I'll puke and I'll like faint here and I'll die. Like my brother will survive, but I will die.
okay.
And that is when I realized, oh, this is not for me.
Okay.
डॉक्टर नहीं बन सकती. उससे पहले एयर हॉस्टेस बनना था. वो रियलाइज किया कि हाइट का इतना फियर है तो एयर हॉस्टेस तो बन ही नहीं सकते. सो एवरी टाइम आई थॉट दैट आई कैन डू दिस, somehow I realized that I'm not meant for that.
Okay. So, here I would like to say an amazing thing to all our followers, that it's so important in life. Not every time you have answer to what you want to do, but the way Surbhi is saying and the way she is creating success, it's very important to know in life कि भाई मुझे क्या नहीं चाहिए लाइफ में. वो पता होना सबसे ज़्यादा sometimes important होता है, rather than knowing क्या चाहिए. Because as you start saying no to everything, those options become very less. And true. From that you can probably check. So you please make sure that you always focus on this thing. So if you are someone, if you are listening to her story and you are really, really in awe of what she is achieving, definitely pay attention to what you don't want in life. It can be personal, it can be professional. You need to have a clarity the way she is having. Yes.
Exactly. Like मैंने actually I have realized कि मुझे ये नहीं करना है, ये नहीं करना है, ये नहीं करना है. My first job was of an accountant, and that was because I wanted to, garner money for my masters.
Okay.
So I ended up working there, and every day felt like a punishment. And every day also felt like okay. So जो मुझे करना है उसके लिए मैं इतनी serious हूँ कि मैं कोई और चीज़ कर ही नहीं सकती. Like the moment when I realized कि okay, this is what I want to do. I want to become a sports presenter. I want to be associated with sports. I want to do something where I'm constantly either talking about sports or I am doing something which is related to sports. I realized कि मैं और कुछ कर ही नहीं सकती हूँ. I'm not good for anything else. I'm just good for this. And at that point of time, I didn't even know if I would be good for this or not.
Yeah. But that's so amazing, Surbhi, because there are so many people in the world who know that what they are doing, they are not liking it. But simply because either they don't want to take the risk or they don't have the capacity to go against what everybody is doing, they just stay stuck. And that's the most amazing thing, guys. If you're listening, please ask this question to yourself. If you're doing anything in your life right now, do you really find happiness? Because getting that answer is also the first step of creating that fulfilled life the way you are creating. So now, I am just kind of getting this, feeling that even though you said that I did not manifest this, you had such a great clarity that there was no possibility that you wouldn't have landed what you really wanted. So you actually did not manifest. You just became very clear about your intentions.
Yeah.
This is what I want to do.
Yeah, I didn't manifest anything because
exactly.
I think back then I didn't even know the meaning of manifest.
That's so beautifully said, because, that's what we always say in, law of attraction or manifestation, that you don't have to really do it. It's always happening. Either you are manifesting something positive or manifesting something negative. So in your case, you were just becoming so clear what I don't want. You indirectly, you were manifesting all the positive, amazing things. Yeah. So, that's an amazing thing. But now when you got into this profession, finally into the sports presenter, the job that you landed, Did you ever feel that, okay, this is now kind of going to be a struggle? Because in the beginning, obviously, it's going to be a struggle. So what was your experience?
I remember you mentioned glamorous industry.
Yeah.
It isn't.
Achha,
It
it's
looks
no.
glamorous.
So it is for people like us who see it from
Yeah.
outside. It's
वो
a
कहते हैं ना,
glamorous.
grass is always greener
हाँ,
on the other
very
side.
true, very true.
It looks glamorous.
Because वो ऐसे लगता है कि अरे यार क्या मजे है, you know, they are always and always in front of camera around all these amazing people, interviewing them. क्या मस्त life है, you know.
See,
वो वाला
privilege
feel
है.
Yes.
Privilege है, luxury है, glamorous. बाहर से जो देख रहा है उनको जरूर लगेगा कि यार मुझे भी लगता था.
Yeah.
Like when I used to watch sports presenter, even I used to think, oh, how glamorous industry. Oh, they are getting to talk to cricketers. Like for a kid who's always, parade to
Yeah.
God कि अच्छा मुझे cricket के आसपास रहना है, मुझे sports के लिए कुछ करना है. And who's always like, assumed the cricketers to be demigods or treated them like demigods.
Yeah.
उनके लिए to speak to them. And speak to them on a daily basis for earning money is nothing short of privilege or a dream.
Very true.
Or
very
glamorous for that matter. But nahi hai. Like once you get into the industry, you realize it's not
normal
glamorous.
work.
It's normal work. You go in, it might look glamorous, the result. But जो process है वो normal है. जैसे कोई teacher अपने school जाती है, उन्हें पढ़ाना है, पढ़ाने के लिए खुद होमवर्क करना पड़ेगा, खुद पढ़ना पड़ेगा ताकि 50 अलग लोगों को पढ़ा सके, 50 बच्चों को पढ़ा सके. बस वही चीज़ है, बस प्रोसेस बदलता है हर इंडस्ट्री
का. या
काम
बाहर
वही
से
है.
सबको अच्छा ही लगता है बट अंदर वो सब काम होता ही है. वेरी वेरी ट्रू. सो व्हेन यू एंटर दिस फील्ड, do you think that you found any sort of resistance, any sort of judgments, probably because of your age or gender or anything like that, where you felt that, I have to make my presence feel?
Honestly, nahi.
That's an amazing thing.
I think this is something that I've almost said in all the podcasts that I've been, because ये सवाल बहुत, and it's justified also with the way
exactly.
there has always been gender bias and
Very
everything.
true.
But nahi hai. मतलब at least I haven't faced, and I'm assuming or hoping कि किसी और ने भी नहीं face किया हो. And I think all the credit goes to the ones who actually were the flag bearers for women in this industry. Be it Mandira Bedi, be it Mayanti, be it somebody else like Tanya, Sanjana, जिन्होंने शुरुआत करी थी. Especially Mayanti and Mandira, they were the first ones to do it. So they would have maybe faced it. जहाँ उन्हें objectify किया गया हो.
Exactly. Mandira Bedi, especially her clothes and everything used to get objectified, but she did so well.
She did exactly. At the end of the day, there would be. I'm not saying कि हर कोई ऐसा है जो आपको खुले भाव से accept कर लेगा. There are people who would judge you just on the basis कि अच्छा आप लड़की हो तो आपको क्या पता क्रिकेट के बारे में, आपको क्या पता स्पोर्ट के बारे में.
And girls still people have that thing.
अभी बहुत लोग हैं जो बोलते हैं कि यार अच्छा आप देखते हो क्रिकेट. I mean like they have the audacity to ask that. और वो वही चीज वो किसी लड़के से नहीं पूछेंगे.
इनफैक्ट इफ दे से नो देन इज लाइक लड़का हो गया, यू आर नॉट वाचिंग क्रिकेट, स्पेशली इन आवर कंट्री. वेरी ट्रू, वेरी ट्रू.
बट अब इतना इस इंडस्ट्री में तो एटलीस्ट आई हैवंट फेस्ड. अभी भी होता है, ऐसा नहीं कह रही हूँ कि नहीं होता है, बट एटलीस्ट आई हैवंट फेस्ड ऐसा कि ओ ये तो लड़की है, इसको क्या आता है, ये तो लड़की है, इसको क्रिकेट नहीं पता होगा. मतलब इंडस्ट्री के लोगों के अगर मैं बात करूँ तो मेरे साथ कभी ऐसा नहीं हुआ है. हाँ, ऑडियंस ऐसे होते हैं, कभी कभी कोई बोल देता है. But again, the moment you speak, the moment you do your work, people realize.
Yeah, they realize.
You don't have to go and prove yourself. Your work will.
Work proves. Very true. So this question would be there in the minds of many people watching right now. That what is the life of sports anchor, especially when some matches are going on. Like you have been you are part of that the whole function or job. And what exactly the day looks like, can you just narrate? Because I definitely want people to at least imagine that how the life of sports anchor looks like on a day when she is working and on a day when, it's an off day.
Okay. So there's no off day. On off days you work on yourself.
Okay.
And on days where you're shooting, on days when there are matches, it's just a normal like a day where like if I talk about myself, usually when I wake up on a match day and if I am covering that match, I will wake up, I will go through the run order that my producer sends me. I will go through the run order. I will prepare my questions. I will prepare थोड़े से extra questions, थोड़े से extra topic, which I can talk about in case some glitch happens or something happens. So you should always have a backup ready. So I would prepare that. Then I would get ready for the match. Like usually, if you're doing it for a broadcast channel, they take care of everything, your conveyance, your makeup, your styling, everything.
Okay.
So you go there, you get ready. Like there are makeup tais, there are dadas who will
Take
give
care
you
of
proper
everything.
princess treatment.
Wow.
Then I think 30 minutes before a match, not 30, probably an hour before the match, your show starts where the anchor talks to the experts. Now, the experts could be anyone, former cricketer. Usually, it is former cricketer. Then it goes on for say 45 minutes, where you ask them questions which are related to the match, which are related to one or two specific players, key battles. Post that, then match starts. The first innings happen. Then mid innings, you do another show called a mid show. There probably nahi pakka you talk about what happened in the match, like at
Okay.
least the first half of the match, and you build up to the next half.
Wow.
So for example, if India is playing the match, where you know that okay, you are talking about India because you would talk about everything from India's perspective.
Very true.
So you'll talk about if say India is chasing in that match, you'll talk about okay, how will we go about that chase? Then you throw to the live action. Then the second innings happen, and then post match. So who's won the match? Who's
That's
lost
lot
the
of
match?
work. Lot of work on your part, and always, on that alert zone.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Game awareness is
Yeah.
very important. Like
That's the reason you
general
don't find
awareness
it
as well.
glamorous, because there is so much work and so much pressure.
Yeah, it is a lot of work. It is a lot of pressure. Imagine you're talking in front of camera. You are talking in front of camera, but there are millions and billions of people
Who are watching
behind the
you,
camera who are watching you.
Yes, you can't afford to make mistake.
Yeah.
You
So the
have
room
to
of
be-
error is बहुत कम.
बहुत काम.
And because you're human, it's not like you're flawless.
Yeah.
You will make mistakes.
And you will always have that little bit fear that, "Arey yaar, if nothing should go
Yeah.
wrong."
Nothing should go wrong. But then I think that is the mindset that you shouldn't ever walk into a show with. Because if you think
So
that
what
things
kind of
can
mindset
go...
you have when you are entering and you know that, millions and millions of people are going to watch this?
I mean, I generally tend to not think about anything. Like I'm also learning.
Okay.
It's a process. And I think that process never ends. Like
So
you
don't think too much, just go.
Yeah, don't think too much. And it's very difficult because you will obviously think a lot. Your mind will constantly, keep chirping ideas.
Yeah, keep creating stories.
Yeah, कि अच्छा ये हो सकता है अगर गड़बड़ हो गई तो and more often than not your mind creates negative scenarios.
Very true. It might not happen in real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I mean I have to train my mind to create positive scenarios. But more often than not, your mind creates negative scenarios. कि अच्छा ये हो जाएगा, तू ये गलत बोल देगी, तू ऐसा कर देगी, तू ऐसा कर देगी. So, like at the moment, I'm just practicing to not think a lot before going into
That's an amazing
a show.
Input.
It's very
not
important because
thinking.
if you go with a negative mindset or if you go thinking कि अच्छा this could go wrong, this can go wrong, there are 99% chances that something will go wrong.
And then you will say, yeah, मुझे लगा था और हो गया. Yes. So, Surbhi, what was that, in this career of 2.5 years, what was that most beautiful, well-defining moment as a sports presenter that made you feel that, boss, यही moment के लिए, I was just preparing myself all my life. Is there that one moment which probably gave you happy tears or a moment which you will remember? Just think.
I cry a lot. I'm a cry baby.
Okay.
So,
Please.
but it's very difficult, to pick
Just
one moment out.
Whatever that's coming right now in your mind.
Everything's coming in my mind together.
Okay, so you can say as many you want. We have all the time.
No, it's actually very difficult to pick one. Literally, the moment you ask that question, all parts, like flashes of every tournament.
But that must be that first one, when you entered. First one which made you feel. I'm sure that by now you have many memories. But that first time when you felt that, you got teary, the way you got right now, what was that first moment, at least when it happened?
I think the first time I cried was when I cracked the audition. When
Oh, it started from there only. Wow.
Then they told me that, okay, we liked your work and we think you've got what it needs.
Okay.
So you're getting the job. And that is when I cried.
Wow.
So because for me, and any dreamer would relate, that something that you really want from life and you finally get it. At least you know that you at least have the chance to make your dream come true.
Very true. Very true.
And I realized that it's a privilege. Yeah. What I'm doing is a privilege. Not everyone gets to do what they love.
Yeah, very true.
You mentioned a while back that a lot of people are stuck. They want to do something else. They are doing something else. And I realized that कोई मजबूरी से कर रहा होता है, कोई डर के मारे नहीं कर पाता है. And I know कि मैं कर रही हूँ. जो मुझे करना था मैं कर रही हूँ. And not everyone gets this opportunity. There are so many people out there who want to do what I'm doing right now.
Yeah. So coming to my next question, that what kind of work, what kind of studies, or what kind of, if somebody asks you, an 18-year-old kid asks you today that, Survi, I want to be a sports presenter, what kind of things that you will ask that person? Because I'm sure many people would love to ask this question, that what exactly do we need to do to become what you are today? So education-wise, mindset-wise, whatever.
See, I did my master's in communication and journalism. Although I'm saying education is very important, please study. But it didn't really help me.
Okay. So what helped you?
What helped me is I got into a sports firm called Sports Interactive, which is a sports agency, which is like a digital marketing agency only, but handles sports client.
Okay.
So that actually helped me, because before that, I was just a cricket fan.
Okay.
SI is what made me a sports fan.
Okay.
Like I started watching tennis after I joined SI, F1, and a lot of other sports, badminton, and a lot of other sports I learned through that job.
Your world, expanded. Yeah. Beyond cricket.
Beyond cricket. It all happened over there, and it, widened my horizon, and I made a lot of contacts over there. Networking, everything happened through that.
Networking plays huge role.
Yeah. A massive role in this industry, at least. In every industry, I believe now. I don't know about other industries a lot. So I keep saying this industry.
This is what my world is, right?
Yeah. So, so SI helped me a lot, actually. The experience of working in sports industry is what helped me. And that is what I recommend people whenever somebody comes and asks me. I'm like, I don't know if investing money in masters would help you or not. It didn't help me, but that's my personal experience. It might help you.
Okay.
So everyone has their own experience. If they want to, put that kind of money and study or do masters, they should go ahead and do it. Whatever their feeling is. It didn't really help me, but what helped me is working in this industry. So work. And nowadays you don't need, and nowadays I don't think you need one particular firm. Yeah. I mean, you've got YouTube, you've got Instagram. That is your own portfolio. Just build it. Shoot videos if this is what you want to do.
So this is what you also do apart from being a sports presenter. Are you doing even currently something differently than, that probably keeps you also pushing yourself? Something that probably nobody's asking you to do, but you're doing it because it's your passion.
Yeah, I mean...
Like creating content or something.
Creating content, yeah.
related to sports.
Yeah, create content related to sports and post it on my Instagram channel just because I've got my channel, I've got the knowledge of, I like talking about sports anyway. I've got a phone, and I've got a voice.
Yeah.
So just
So why
shoot
not?
and
Yeah.
just shoot and post it.
Wow.
And this is what, a lot of people who want to become sports presenter or who want to do what I am doing, they need to realize that you don't need to go to someone.
Okay.
Nowadays, you have that kind of liberty where you can just shoot and just post it. You don't need anybody's permission. You don't need any extra skills for that.
Yeah.
I mean,
So content
it will
creation
help you.
can again create huge impact on your how you would land something like this in your life.
Yeah, I mean, like back in our days, we had to go for audition, and I'm sure अभी भी लोग जाते हैं audition के लिए, ऐसा नहीं है. But हम अपनी पोर्टफोलियो लेके जाते थे कि अच्छा हमने ये YouTube पे वीडियो इस
now you
चैनल
don't
के लिए
have
किया
to
है,
do
इस
this,
चैनल.
yes.
अब आपको किसी और के लिए काम करने की
Yeah,
जरूरत
people
नहीं है
can
ना.
just
You
check
can-
your YouTube
Instagram,
channel or
yeah,
Instagram,
yeah,
and
exactly.
you're doing fabulous work. Yeah, that is actually your resume. That guys, please keep that in mind. What she has said is extremely important. The way earlier, industry used to work, not just sports industry, but every industry. You no more need to create a resume to show how good you are. Your own channel can itself become your resume.
Exactly.
Wow, amazing.
It is your portfolio. So just build it. And I mean, I started it after I became a sports presenter. But in my head also, like when I started it, I was very reserved. I was like, should I do it or not? करना चाहिए कि नहीं करना चाहिए? लोग क्या सोचेंगे? लोग क्या बोलेंगे? अगर किसी को पसंद नहीं आया तो what if it is not easy. Okay,
Yeah.
creating content is
Especially
by
nobody's
no
asking
easy.
you.
Yeah, and it's an effort because nobody's
Yeah.
paying you for it. Nobody's
Yeah.
asking. It's something that you're doing out of your own will. So a lot of times you don't feel like doing it. A lot of times you're like, oh, so much effort. Like you have to get up, you have to get ready, you have to think of an idea, then you have to shoot, then you have to edit, then you have to post. Don't think of so many things. Just start. Because there has to be a starting point. For me, it came very late. I still wish maybe मैं थोड़ा और जल्दी ये करती. Because it will, at the end of the day, enhance your skills only. The
Very
more
true.
you do it, the more
Better
you will get better at
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and it's good. Like, I don't know, आजकल रील्स इतनी वायरल हो जाती है.
Yeah,
कौन किसको भेज
कभी
दे.
भेज
For
दे,
example, अगर कोई newbie है who's done extremely well, has the knowledge of the sport, has the backing of language, knows how to face the camera. What if that reel goes to some producer? What if that reel goes to a channel and they really like that person?
Yeah.
You've got a job.
Yeah. Yeah. Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
So, Surbi, what exactly do you feel? You must have interviewed so many sports people now. What do you think that has improved or changed in you after, every interview? Like, how exactly is it helping you in your life?
I know one thing for sure, that the kid in me gets extremely happy.
Yeah, so every time you
Yeah.
meet, you are like dancing within you.
Yeah, that is there. But I mean, it's a different experience every time you speak to someone, because everyone you speak to, every person you're speaking to has had a different experience.
Very true. Different journey.
Different journey. They'll teach you something different. For example, now I've met you. I've learned something else from you. And that is how it works in this industry. And again, I'm saying this industry. But
No, that's perfectly fine because you are so passionately in love with it. Right now, you don't even want to, know what's happening in other industry, which should be the right way of sometimes, focusing on what you want to do. So that's exactly the best way of doing it. But one particular interview which you felt that I took it and बाहर आने के बाद, ऐसे लगा कि यार मजा आ गया है. Like, what an amazing, thing that I got to learn.
I think very recently I was associated with Delhi Capitals WPL team. And WPL, a tournament, is very close to me. Like, it's very close to my heart because the inaugural season of WPL, I was also the first time I did a live show from ground
Okay.
in
Wow.
2023 for Jio. So I will take that tournament to the grave with me in my heart.
Wow.
It is that close to me.
That one of the biggest breaks you might have received.
Yeah,
in the beginning of your career.
In the beginning of my career. And I still remember as a kid when I went to, I keep saying as a kid, I was grown up. When I went to Brabant Stadium with my friends to watch a match, it was a practice match between India and England. And I still remember in that stadium, I was sitting and I was thinking कि सुरभि एक दिन कुछ ऐसा करना है कि इस स्टेडियम में तू स्टैंड्स में ना बैठी हो और ग्राउंड पे खड़ी हो और कुछ कर रही हो, क्रिकेटर से बात कर रही हो या क्रिकेट के बारे में बात कर रही हो, to do something like that. And the first ever show that I did, live show from a ground, was in that very stadium.
Oh my
Brabant,
God.
which I didn't realize when I did that.
And then you say that you don't know that you didn't even manifest it. This is what you were manifesting without even realizing.
Yeah.
Just by being so clear about what you don't want about your life.
Yeah.
In your life.
I mean, that I realized, I think a year later, that, I wished for that in that very stadium. And I did my first ever ground show from that stadium. So that is why WPL is very special to me. And when I got a chance to be associated with Delhi Capitals and to host a podcast for them with female cricketers, I think that is when it felt like life came a full circle.
Wow.
I think that is when I walked out of the setup, like the podcast setup, and I was like, wow. But abhi bhi, there's a lot to achieve. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to work on. But I still believe that this one association of mine will always be very close to my heart. But apart from that also, I really feel that every small se leke bada tournament I have done, everything that I've done, every single event, I feel everything is very close to my heart.
Wow.
Everything feels like an achievement because when you're living your dream, you're living your dream.
Very true.
ऐसा नहीं है कि एक दिन you're living your dream.
You love it so much, you are
ज़्यादा.
not able to say what exactly, what's that one particular thing that you love, right?
Yeah.
You're like,
because everything's coming to my mind. Like when you ask that question also, there are flashes of every tournament in my head. And I'm not even kidding. Like I can see Wayne Rooney in my head. I can see RP Singh. I can see Suresh. I can see everyone in my head. I can see the UFC interview that I did. Like everything's in my head together. Like it's a puzzle.
okay.
But all the pieces are together.
Already there.
Yeah.
Okay. Was there any such moment where you were like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Like, something that you did not expect and you got that opportunity in this as a sports presenter?
I think Delhi Capitals would be one. Like I didn't see it coming.
Okay.
So I was very happy that it came to me, and I always wanted to do it. Like I always wanted to get associated with a team and get associated with the WPL team especially. Because
Any most favorite sports person from WPL?
From WPL, there are a lot. Like from Delhi Capitals itself.
You have never till now. You have not given me a single one-shot answer. Ki, okay, this is my
I think
answer.
Meg Lanning.
Which is a beautiful thing because that truly shows how much you enjoy, how much you love being in this profession.
Yeah.
बोलना बहुत easy होता है कि हाँ, this is my dream life and all. But when you cannot actually give that one example, in spite of me asking you so many times, that actually shows that you're so madly in love with everything.
Yeah,
so
I'm
yes,
madly
coming
in love
back
with
to
this.
the same question.
Meg Lanning would be one female cricketer that I'm like really in awe of.
Okay, and what are the reasons? Like why exactly you?
She's the most successful female cricketer, like
yes, as we all
captain,
know. Yeah.
Australian captain, and not just Australian captain. She's overall the most successful captain, both in female cricket and in men's cricket. So, Meg Lanning is my favorite.
Any particular sports person, especially from WPL, with whom you have that beautiful connect?
Beautiful connect. I have connect with all. Like I think this is something that I can where I will take a little credit is the fact that I connect with people.
Wow.
I mean,
and now I know the answer. You are so raw and so honest. Yeah, that probably would be the reason because even I'm meeting you for the first time. I do not feel that I met you for the first time. Like I know her. I just have to ask the basic questions to her. That feeling I'm sure everybody must be saying. But again, coming back to the question, who is that person with whom you feel that most amazing connect from
No,
WPL?
I feel that connect with everyone. See, you'd agree with me, you're hosting a podcast right now. That is what I was doing with them. If you don't have that connect with your guests, the magic won't happen.
Very true. Very true. That
For the magic to unfold, you need to have that connection. And in our industry, you don't have the time. Like, you met me for the first time.
Yeah.
This is the first time we are meeting. This is the first time we are talking to each other. You didn't have any time to build that connection with
very
me,
true.
right?
Yeah.
I didn't have any time to build that connection with them. It's just the way you treat them. It's just the way you talk to them. The way you treated me, the way you made me feel comfortable here is what made this conversation so smooth.
effortless. Yes, very true.
So,
very true.
I would say connect was with everyone, and that is why it could happen.
Yeah, and it became such successful experience for you as well.
Yeah.
Right? Right.
So I think
Amazing.
connection is very, very important, and how you build it, there's no formula to it.
It's just
I
a
can't
journey.
just write कि अच्छा
Yeah.
connect करना है तो आप ऐसे करो ऐसे करो ऐसे करो ऐसे करो. No, it just boils down to who you are as a human.
Very true. Because you can't define the word connect, right?
Yeah.
That's just something that you feel within. Very true. So, Surbi, we all see this. Again, I'm calling this glamorous because, yes, for people who are not into this industry, it will always look a glam world. So, it does look glamorous, but it also comes with a lot of responsibilities. Like, you are always on that live camera. So what exactly, what exactly goes into, or what you plan to, get into yourself as a sports anchor? Like, that pressure of being on always, like, you're on and millions and millions of people are watching. What exactly is happening there on the field?
I think firstly though, you shouldn't be thinking that there are so many people watching you, because that will put you under pressure.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be under pressure when you are doing your job. It is a job which will have pressure, where you will feel that pressure because you're talking to someone, but at the same time you're listening to your producer, you're listening to your director, you're listening to the expert, you're listening to your own thoughts. You're processing a lot of things at the same time. And it's not easy to listen to 2 people in your ears or 3 people in your ears and listen to 4.
Achha, so when you're talking to people, you are actually listening to so many people?
Yeah.
Oh, that's something new I came to know. I didn't know this.
Yeah, a lot of people, for example.
I took a while to understand what you're saying. So can you just explain that again?
So,
for example, you're talking to a sports person on the field, and so many people are watching, because that's the reality, even if you're not thinking. So what exactly is going on, practically there?
So what we see as an audience is just an anchor and 2 experts or 3 experts or n number of experts. But what we don't see is a team full of people who's sitting behind the doors directing the show. There is a producer, there is a director, there are EVS guys, there are people, in layman terminology, there are people who are firing graphics, who are firing videos. There is a person who's changing the angle of the camera.
Oh.
There's someone who's telling the anchor.
And you can literally hear everyone?
Yeah. And there's a producer who's talking to the anchor, who's telling the anchor, अच्छा अब अगला सवाल ये है. अब we are taking a break, because the anchor is not thinking कि अच्छा इसके बाद break है, इसके बाद हमें live action
So
पे
even
throw
if you
करना है.
have your own questions, you also being prompted कि ये questions भी
हाँ
हैं.
जी.
Okay.
So when I
And
say
that-
RO,
हाँ.
when I say run order, the run order is prepared by a producer. The producer will send the run order to the anchor and the expert, showing कि अच्छा this is what our 45-minute का show would look like. We will start with this topic, where these are the questions. Like sometimes there are detailed ROs where questions would be mentioned already. Then there are some producers who would just write the topic. Okay, we want to talk about Virat Kohli's retirement from Test. Now you decide what questions you want to ask. But sometimes there are already questions mentioned. तो आप वो सवाल पूछो, और कभी अगर आपके एक्सपर्ट ने कोई ऐसा जवाब दे दिया जिसके फॉलो ऑन में आपको उनसे कोई और सवाल पूछना है, तो यू गो अहेड एंड आस्क दैट.
Okay.
बट बिकॉज यू आर रनिंग ऑन अ थिन डेडलाइन, Every segment is, say, the first segment is 5 minutes, and the next segment is 5 minutes. Then you have to take a break because advertisement, वहाँ पैसे जाते हैं sponsors को, तो वो advertisement अगर 2 minute का है.
And everything needs to look so flawless to us.
And everything happens cut to cut. Like break अगर 2:30 को लेना है तो 2:30 को लेना है. So there's a hard call which comes. So for example, if I am talking to my expert and suddenly my producer tells me that Surbhi, we need to take a break, he will give me a hard count. He will tell me 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. And when he stops at 1, I have to stop at 1. So I cannot stop at, let's take. Let's take a break should end exactly at 1.
My God, that's so much that goes into it. Like, for us, it's such an amazing thing to watch you asking questions and all. And we are just watching it. But so much goes into it and everything needs to look flawless.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there are days where it won't, where you will make a mistake, where something will go off. But that is when the team comes in picture, right?
And how do you manage such days or such mistakes?
I mean, you just tell yourself that it's okay, you're a human, you did something wrong, it's fine. And I mean, one of my co-anchors once told me that, Surbhi, you need to cut yourself some slack because you're learning in front of 1 million people. You're bound to make mistake, it's okay.
Wow.
And that is true.
So that's so important, right?
Yeah.
Not to take your mistakes seriously. Like you are, that's so amazing because, these are all the things which most of the people take life so seriously. So, if you are listening right now and if you are just feeling, regretful and having a lot of guilt because of your mistakes, please listen to this one more time, pause and listen, because that will make you realize that if a person who is facing millions and millions of people can go easy on herself, then why can't you? Because most of the times, nobody is even watching us. It's just us who go difficult on people, tough on us. That's such a beautiful way of, handling life.
And it's not always easy to, just forget it and move on.
Yeah.
I mean, there are days when you crib about it, you sulk about it, but then there's a thing called domino effect that happens. If you keep thinking about what you've done wrong just like a second back, there is a high chance that you would end up doing everything.
More mistakes. Yeah, exactly.
आगे आने वाली सारी चीजें आप गलत करो.
Very
so
true.
You either
High
forget
pressure.
it. So हमारी, again, in our industry, it's
we have started loving it. By now, we all are loving our industry, okay? So don't feel awkward about it.
It's recommended to have a goldfish memory. So a goldfish memory is, she would forget everything that's happened.
Oh, that's amazing way of saying.
Just keep forgetting.
Don't you think that it's a beautiful way of living also life?
Yeah, it is.
Just karo aur bhul jao.
And don't forget the bad. Forget the good also.
Yeah, exactly. And a slate is clean all the time.
Yeah. And
guys, goldfish memory. Yeah. I will always and always remember this. Have goldfish memory to live a better life. Right?
And I usually draw a lot of analogy from cricket. Like, because I'm like a big cricket fan.
So we would like to know that analogy because, we are learning so much just by listening to you, just by you being yourself.
You're making me feel important.
You are, because, it's not easy. See, I come from, the profession of healers, coaches. People suffer the most, not because they have something lacking in them, because they cannot be easy on them. Because they remember something that they just don't want to forgive themselves on. And that's what creates big... the way you are talking about dominoes effect, their entire life becomes full of dominoes effect. Ki ek mistake ho gayi, they did not, forgive themselves. Second mistake, again. So that burden goes on increasing. So when they come to me, my first job is to make them, teach them that go slow on yourself. And वो बोलना बहुत easy होता है. But when it comes to somebody who is actually living that kind of high pressure life, and if you can go so slow, why can't people like us, where most of the times when we do mistake, nobody is watching us? So you are probably not realizing, but this is such an amazing, amazing way of living life, not just your professional life, but your personal life as well. Right? So the way you are saying now, cricket, I use a cricket analogy a lot of time in my life. So what exactly is that?
In cricket, there's a saying that you always start with 0. You are as good as today.
Okay.
Virat Kohli might have scored a century in the previous match, but he's as good as today. What if he gets out on a duck today?
Okay.
Even after scoring a century in his previous match. And that is what life is. Like, at least I draw an analogy like that.
Wow,
Ki
that's so beautiful.
I might have the best show of my life today, but tomorrow when I start afresh. कल क्या हुआ उससे फर्क नहीं पड़ता है.
Wow.
आज क्या होगा उससे फर्क पड़ता है. So you forget about what has already happened. You start from zero. And I'm sure everyone's goal in life is to be consistently doing well.
Wow.
But consistency won't look the same every day. Consistently, I also want to go and do all my shows consistently really well. But there would be days, even when I'm feeling confident, even if I'm feeling ki, oh, today to I'll kill it. I'll be absolutely at my best. But on those days, I might just not do good.
Yeah.
Words might not come out of my mouth. It might not flow properly. And it happens to the best. There are so many interviews where I've seen that players are saying कि अरे आज तो मुझे इतना confident feel हो रहा था. I felt like I'll take on the world, but then they got out on a duck. And there are days when they're not confident at all.
And they go on making centuries. Wow.
And that happens. That is the beauty of life. Let everything happen to you. And just remember that you are as good as today. You can't take that baggage कि अरे मैंने कल तो फाड़ दिया, मैं तो कल इतना अच्छा शो करके आई हूँ, आज क्या है आराम से कर लूँगी. You can't go with that attitude.
So you can't take yourself, you can't take yourself granted. At the same time, you also have to balance yourself to be easy on yourself. Wow, that's so amazing way of living life every single day. Like, I'm sure everyone who's listening, and if they start following what you are saying, half the problems in their life
I also need to follow this because not on all days I do.
Yeah.
There are days when I'm hard on myself. There are days when I sulk. There are days when I'm like,
but
shit,
what matters is you go easy.
Kiya.
At the end of the day, most of the times,
I try to. At least I try.
Yes. ये try करना भी कितनी बड़ी चीज़ है, right? So, Surabhi, now coming to, we always say that you are achieving so beautifully, like from a person who was shy, who didn't want to be seen, to becoming this unstoppable version of yourself where you are inspiring, I'm sure, millions and millions of people just by being yourself. You don't have to do anything. You just tell the world what you are doing. That itself is an inspiration. So when you think of, that shy or that underconfident girl, what kind of words or what kind of advice you would like to give? Today's Surabhi to that 10, 12-year-old girl who's like, मुझे करना तो है but पता नहीं मैं कर पाऊंगी या नहीं.
Believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself. Wow.
I would tell that small Surabhi, and I would tell myself right now also, believe in yourself, because that is one thing that I don't do very often. I am very hard on myself.
We all actually.
Yeah, I'm very hard on myself. I am someone who would, punish myself for things if I feel guilty about something, or if I feel that I've done something wrong, or I shouldn't have done something like
this.
this.
On certain days you are like that.
Yeah, on certain days. Most of the days I'm like that. But then there are days when I, because I have this somewhere and subconsciously, I know that this is not the correct way of treating myself. I have to treat myself gently. I have to, talk positively about myself to myself.
Wow.
And that is when, things will work for me. I need to appreciate myself as well. So, because I know all of these things somewhere in my mind, I can ground myself.
Very true. Huh.
When I get
need to have that grounding to yourself, and knowing when to do it is also such an amazing thing. I'm sure what your mama used to call you, Dadi Ma, chup baith ja. So she kind of knew that. I don't know about this Dadi Ma as a chatterbox, but Dadi Ma definitely knows a lot about life.
Yeah.
I can definitely say that you definitely have that kind of most amazing senior soul who knows so much, because, at this age, having this kind of clarity in life, knowing what not to do, knowing how to go slow, easy on life, sometimes, even making mistakes and having that vulnerability to accept it in front of camera is also such a huge thing. So Surbhi, where I want to know, as a sports anchor, as a sports presenter, where do you want to see yourself in next, say, 1 year?
1 year.
Yeah, I'm just asking 1 year because I'm going to ask 5 afterwards.
I actually take one day at a time, one project
Yes,
at a
I
time.
know that. That's
So
exactly why I want to know if you can think and you say. So what is coming in your mind as
1
easier?
year, I just want to be doing something more than I'm doing currently right now.
Okay,
So,
okay.
like better than today.
Okay.
So 1 year would be doing more gigs, doing more tournaments, doing everything with much more heart and much more finesse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what is that one thing that you want to improve in yourself, maybe at a professional front or personal front, which you think I'm still somewhere lacking? Not that you're difficult, but you know that I want to work on this and I want to get better.
I think everything.
Like what?
For me, it's everything. I want to work on myself. I want to become a better version of myself every day. And it is a constant work. It won't happen in a year. After a year, I'd be better than what I am today.
Definitely.
But then I'd be like, I want to become even better.
Yeah. So that journey will never stop.
It will never stop. So there's no one particular thing that I want to improve about myself. There is everything. Every aspect of my life is a work in progress for me.
So what are those aspects, if we may
Everything,
ask?
be it
Because I'm sure people want to know so much about you because
you know, it could be anything, yaar. It could be like facing the camera. I want to get more expressive.
Okay.
In terms of knowledge of sport, more knowledgeable. In terms of networking, going out and meeting more people. In terms of work, doing more work. So it's just
everything is better and more.
Yeah.
And that's what makes
yeah.
life very interesting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Amazing.
So everything much more than what I am right now.
Wow.
So yeah,
wow.
I'm working
wow,
on everything.
Wow. So Surbhi, now we are so glad that you have come today and you have shared this most amazing journey in the humblest possible way. To be very frank with you, the way I said that, you are inspiring people just by being yourself, and you know it probably, but you're not even realizing what kind of impact you are having on people with low confidence, people who feel that whether I'll be able to do it, and then seeing you and they are like, if she can do it, let me at least try. So now I am so very happy that you are sharing everything so honestly. So now we are going to have one fun rapid fire with you, where I'll be asking you certain questions and you have to just quickly answer that. Okay, so you have said that you love, cricket has always been your passion, but you also started taking interest in so many other sports. So which sport, cricket or kabaddi?
Oh, wow. You've put me in a tough spot over there. Both actually, because
No, one.
currently I'm a digital insider of Maratha Royal, so I can't say no to cricket, and I am U Mumbai digital insider, so I can't say no to kabaddi.
Okay,
so
we
both.
have to say both. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but it is actually both. Kabaddi is something new for me.
So it's a new learning experience.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Amazing.
yeah, both.
So the most fun sports person you have ever interviewed?
Oh, it has to be Merab Dvalishvili. He's a UFC player.
Wow. Okay.
Fighter.
And what's the fun thing that you liked about her?
He's a great personality. Yeah, he's a fun personality. Like anyone who meets him, like even if you go and check his Instagram, he's so funny. Everything like UFC players create a lot of content, and all his content creation is also so funny. And when I got to meet him, he's humble, he's nice. He will make you laugh.
Wow, like genuinely laugh.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so amazing.
So,
so amazing. Define your interview style. Fun, data-driven, impromptu. What?
It's a combination of everything. Like I do take my data. I do take my research very seriously. I would rectify the stats. I would do that. But I wouldn't use stats a lot.
But you know it. At back of your mind, you know everything. Okay.
I think my interview style would be research driven.
Wow, that's a beautiful answer. Research driven. Okay, amazing. How do you unwind after, after a very, very, very tiring day on the pitch?
I actually never had a tiring day on the pitch because every day I do.
So guys, we are very sure we are not getting that, that real juicy thing because she loves everything so much, which is an amazing thing.
Yeah.
जो हमें पूछना है ना, she very
I would
smartly
treat
says,
myself like if
Yes.
if
that's
I've
also
had
another
like
quality that we can see that in you, that you never you love to be diplomatically correct, which is an amazing thing, because and that's the reality. People might feel that you are always and always giving right answer, but that's an honesty about you, honest answer about you. So yes, we want to know that.
Yeah.
How would you
there's
like to?
tiring day because I love my work and
Yeah,
it
you
doesn't
love it
feel
so
like
much that it
and it
never feels
doesn't feel
tiring.
like work. Like
Wow.
talking is not
Talking
to
is not
me,
tiring.
Talking is not tiring. And to me, like interviewing players and talking to them or getting to know about their life is not tiring at all. But yeah, I mean, I would treat myself if I feel that I've done like a really good job. I would treat myself with French fries.
Wow, that's
I'll
nice. So
do
French
that.
fries is a final answer.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the one fun fact about you, about Surbhi as a person in personal life that nobody knows?
That nobody knows.
Yeah.
Fun fact about me that I'm an open book, yaar. Like I think everyone who knows me knows me.
But
Like,
still, one thing that you have never shared. Just think and probably
fun thing that I've never shared.
yeah, fun anything like fun, weird, anything. Like you don't want people to know, but right now you are sharing something. People want to know. People love you. People want to know what exactly who Surbhi is that they don't know.
That is what I'm trying to say. That they know who Survi is. Like I'm just I don't know one thing that they don't know. Like
Okay, whenever we are having second part 2 of the podcast, in future we are definitely coming back with this answer, guys.
answer.
Please remember.
I'll also think about it. That's
Exactly,
something that
exactly.
you
By
guys,
then you will definitely have an answer also for the same. So, do you feel that does gender play any role in defining success, especially in sports?
in sports. No, if you're good at your work, I don't think in any industry
Yeah,
gender
because
plays
then
any
that is the
role.
biggest myth. Because many people, especially outsiders, do feel that way. So,
See, there are I won't say that equality is there.
okay, equality in pay.
I don't know what my counterparts are earning, so that is something that I wouldn't be able to answer. But I can see there's a bridge that's been built to to make sure that equality can be reached.
Can be created,
I'm
yeah.
sure that there are people, there are female anchors or female players who feel that there's that they are not getting that equal opportunity or equal.
But that's not what exactly you feel.
I don't feel that, but that doesn't mean that it's not there. It is there.
But your focus is mainly on what I'm getting.
yeah.
Yeah, what I'm achieving, what I'm getting.
Yeah, and to me it feels like if I can help a girl who wants to do what I'm doing right now, I would do it. And if she ends up getting what she wants to do it or not, like she ends up getting what she wants to do, it totally depends on her skill set.
Very true. Very true. Amazing.
I mean, I think this industry has now moved on from thinking of a woman as a eye candy.
yeah,
It's-
which used
it's
to
not
happen
the case
earlier.
anymore.
Yes, people have started taking sports presenters very seriously. Female sports presenter, very, very true. And what is your dream sportsman or sportswoman to interview?
To interview. I think I've met Dhoni, but I've not interviewed him. So Dhoni, Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma, all three. Apart from that, I think Ellis Perry would be one. And like these are all cricketers. And Federer. He's retired now though.
But still you never
and
know.
Djokovic.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
wow. We have finally amazing answers from Surbhi. So, Surbhi, this was an amazing banger, podcast that we have had. And I'm sure so many people have taken so much inspiration by just listening to you. Just by, one thing that I've realized is I always say this, that wherever your focus goes, your energy goes, you end up attracting that thing more. And through today's podcast, this episode, one thing is very clear, because I tried so many times asking you tough questions, little negative questions, difficult questions, but your answer remained same. So from that, one thing is very clear: you are already creating success, and you will create huge success. You know why? Because your focus is always on only that positive things that are happening in your life, and that I am sure that is going to define your career, that is going to make you the most successful sports presenter India has ever seen, because we are absolutely sure about it, because you are so positive. Not just positive, your focus is also on what I'm getting. I'm more than happy, and that's why you're achieving everything. So thank you so very much for being here, inspiring all of us, sharing this beautiful journey, sharing these small things about your life, because people do want to know what goes into a sports presenter's life, which looks glamorous, but now we are realize it's hard work, and you are just killing it, you're just slaying it. So wishing you all the best from all of us, all our viewers, and we can't wait to get you here very soon, when you would have become the top sports presenter in India, or probably the world has ever seen.
Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. The smile on my face is all thanks to you right now.
Yeah, that's my belief. That's my strong belief in you.
I hope I can believe in myself too. And thank you so much for having me here, and thinking that I am capable enough to be a part of your show. Thank you.
Thank you so much, dear. Love you. And this was amazing. Like, I personally feel that something is shifted within me just by listening to you.
Oh, that's very sweet of you.
Thank you so much.